All right, happy Thursday morning. Today we're going to talk about squares and cubes again. So, once again, we'll take our side lengths, and in order to find the area of a square, or the area of any rectangle, so we know that area is length times width. But if I have a square, what do I know about the sides of a square? They've all got to be the same. So length times width just ends up being, 2.5 times itself, or 3.75 times itself. We are squaring these numbers, or multiplying them by themselves 2 times. So 2.5 times 2.5, or 2.5 squared, and we would get 6.25. So again, all we're doing here is anytime I have the side lengths of a square, I will square the number. So to find the area of a square, find the square of its side length, or square that number. So here we would just take 3.75 squared, or 3.75 times 3.75, to get 14.0625. But I'm going to ask you guys to always round to the hundredths, which is just 2 decimal places. And 2 doesn't round up, 2 would round down, so just 14.06. Now 4, here we just got 4 squared, or 4 times 4 is 16. And 9 squared, or 9 times 9 is 81. So why don't you guys try these bottom 4 squares. Yep, try these last 4 here, pause the video, and then see how it went. So 1.1 squared equals 1.21. 8.25 squared is 68.0625, but then like we saw up here, we're going to round it 2 decimal places, 2 rounds down, 68.06. 6 squared we know is 36, and 4 squared is still 16. All right, so again, the opposite of squaring a number. So to find the area from our side length, we squared the number. But if we're given the area and we're asked to find a side length, sorry, these are areas. Given these areas, to find the side length, we would do the opposite. The opposite of squaring a number is taking a square root. So square root of 64, or what times itself twice gets me 64, that's just 8. And of course we could have -8, but the reason why we wouldn't use -8 is because I can't have a side length that's -8 feet long. I can't measure, oh, this tree's -8 feet tall, or my iPhone is, -3 inches wide. So here, you're going to have to use a calculator, or you can use Google to find the square root of 50. 7.071. And again, we want to round to 2 decimal places. 1 rounds down. Why don't you guys pause the video here and try these last two, and then unpause and see how it went. So square root of 200 equals 14.142, and we'll round to 2 decimal places, 2 rounds down. And now the square root of 8 is 2.828, and 8 is going to round up. So not 2.82, but we'll have 2.83. All right, now let's check out some volumes. So to find the volume of anything, we've got length times width times height, but same thing here, squares all have the same side length. So cubes all have the same side length. So this ends up being 3 times 3 times 3, or 3 cubed. So to find the volume of a cube, we find the cube of its side length, or we cube the side length. So we're going to cube the side length. So here we would take 1 times 1 times 1, or 1 cubed is 1. Why don't you guys find these last two on your own, pause the video, and then see how it went. So again, 2.5 is going to be every single side length. So here we'll say 2.5 cubed, and that would get me, so 127. This would be 15.625. We've got to round to 2 decimal places, so we'll look at that 5. 5 is going to round up, so not 15.62. Instead, we'll have 15.63. And last but not least, 2.25 cubed gets me 11.39. And it's 390, so I'll just leave it as 39. Alright, so given the side length, to find the volume of a cube, cube the number, or take it to the third power. Now let's go the opposite direction. Instead of cubing a number, the opposite of cubing a number is cube rooting a number. We're finding the cube root. So cube rooting, or in other words, finding the cube root. So the opposite of taking something to the third power is taking it to the 1/3 power, or finding that cube root. So here we're given the volume is 8. So to find the side length, I'll take the cube root of 8, which is just 2. So 2 times itself 3 times gets me 8. And remember, if you hit, well, you can either do this in Google, you can search, cube root of 8. Or if you have a calculator, then don't forget we did we hit the number 3, then second, then the up arrow, which gave us, this screen on our calculator, and then we typed in 8. So why don't you guys try the last two here. Take your cube roots and see how it went. All right, so 100, cube root of 100 is 4.641, and we rounded 2 decimal places. 4.61, or sorry, 4.64. And last but not least here, the cube root of 27 is 3. So why don't you guys, again, pause this video, try the last 3 here and see how it went. So, cube root of 40 is 3.42, you know, 3.419. Well, that 9 is going to round up to get 3.42. Cube root of 25 gets me 2.924. Got to round to 2 decimal places, 4 rounds down. So 2.92. And last but not least, 81 cube root. It's going to get me 4.326 or 4.33. So that's it for today. Try that mini quiz and enjoy another day.